What's going on, everybody? Thought we'd just kind of continue on here. Same kind of video. It's snowing outside. Actually, it snowed yesterday, so we're kind of stuck in the garage. Eventually, I'd like to take you guys fishing with me, but until then, we're gonna do a couple more of these videos. I thought this one we'd just run through real quick. Some of the other things I take in my kayak, usually that I store in my front hatch, that I don't use very often, but it's nice to have just for peace of mind. First thing, I talked about this in the last video. This is my backup battery for my phone. Remember, if you take this though, key is don't forget the charging cable, otherwise it's pretty much useless. Equally as important, if not more important, some wet ones. I just as soon take this as toilet paper, so I don't have to worry about the toilet paper getting all wet and gross. So I take these with me. These are key. Headlamp. Don't ever leave anywhere, or don't ever go fishing to a tournament without a headlamp. 9 times out of 10, actually more than that, you're gonna start out in the dark. Gotta be able to see what you're doing, so don't forget your headlamp. And because your headlamp takes batteries, take some extra batteries. I keep them in a Ziploc bag along with an extra buff. I forgot my hat in an event last year. I didn't have this buff with me. Would have been nice because I wouldn't have had to go all the way back to the truck to get it. I could have just stuck it on my head and been fine. But batteries and an extra buff. Pocket knife, pretty key. You know, if you got hung up in a trot line and your prop or something like that, you're gonna want to have a way to cut yourself free. Not that you don't have scissors or pliers or something you could probably cut it with, but you never know when you might need it. So pocket knife is another thing. A Sharpie or 2 or 3. Everybody has to have an identifier unless you get a card like one of these BOS cards or one of these All-American cards. This is all they require. Most of your local trails require an identifier to be written down. Don't get stuck without something to write with. And to piggyback off of that, this is just a card that we have for our local club. You can use the back or the front, either one. I actually take these to work and laminate them, just so I don't have to worry about them getting wet. I carry half a dozen of them with me, a couple in my wallet, you never know. So you can have something to write with. This is incredibly important also. First aid kit. You know, get a hook in your finger, cut your finger whenever you're trying to. If you fish long enough, I promise you, you've cut your finger when you were trying to get line unhung or break it off or something. It's nice to have, never know. Bee sting, something like that. First aid kit, always good to have. I carry this bag in my front hatch all the time. I never take it out. It's got some stuff in here. Let's see, got a couple screwdrivers. You know, if you go to Harbor Freight or a Walmart or something, go get you a couple of cheap tools. You never know whenever you might need them. Let's see, what else is in here? We got a little pouch. See, what's this got in it here? We got a cigarette lighter, we got another Sharpie, we got another little light, stuff like that. Let's see, roll of duct tape, some zip ties, pair of channel locks. My drive, I know that you can buy some prop nuts that you can take on and off with your fingers. I don't have those. So I just take mine on and off with some channel locks. You know, you get in some fishing line, it gets all wrapped around your prop. You get in a trot line, it gets all wrapped around your prop. You need to take it off and break it. You break a shear pin. You got to take that off. It's nice to have just a couple of little tools. Let's see, what do we got up here? Just some miscellaneous stuff, carabiners. Oh, this is one thing. This is a little pricey for something just to have a backup, but I've done it before. So the reason I have an extra is there's an extra ram ball, holds on my graph on and my transducer mount on. I've kicked it before and broken the ball off. that killed the rest of my day. It didn't kill it, but it just made it super unhandy for the rest of the day. I had to just lay my graph in the floor, put it in the front hatch. Basically, it was unusable. So I keep an extra one of these. Like I said, some carabiners and stuff. What else we got in here? Oh, this is from Ozark Kayak. This is just a ratchet strap. Might be good for like towing in or something if you had to. And then I've got some gear ties back here in the back. These are made by Night Eyes. Just handy to have all that kind of stuff. And it just goes in the front of my boat, and I never take it out, so I never have to think about it. I also keep this little plastic tub up there. Got another package of zip ties. It's got some rope, sunscreen. And because I drive an Old Town and because I use a prop, I carry an extra prop. I even also have a half a prop. I broke this one off at Lake Fork on a stump, but you'd be surprised how well you can maneuver still with even just a half a prop. So I keep that, some locking knobs, shear pins, that kind of stuff. And then I also keep a backup board. You know, I've had to loan this out more than I've ever used it, but it's also nice to have. I think the only trail that won't allow this is the Hobie Trail because it's plastic, it's not metal. But most of your local trails do allow it. And then if you're gonna be fishing at night, bug spray, key, and or a thermocell. And there's some extra little cartridges, some little extra butane things. Fishing at night, bugs can get awful. So anyway, I know it may seem like a lot, but like I said, everything kind of has its place up here. I hate not being prepared. I'd rather have it and not need it. So, and like I said, this is stuff that just stays under there. So if I ever do get in a jam somewhere, I can just pull it out and see what I got, and hopefully whatever I brought with me can take care of my problem. This is a good one to hear from you guys down in the comment section. What do you take with you that I haven't mentioned? And what do you like to have with you to make sure you're prepared, just in case you get out there and have something that don't have something that you need, or you know, for whatever the situation calls for. So anyway, leave a comment down below, and we'll compare notes. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.